When we talk about getting older, especially life after 80, most people assume the biggest fear is death, but that's not quite the truth. The reality is far more complex. After 80, death is often accepted. What many people actually fear are the things that come before it. Quiet, subtle fears that sneak into daily life and shape the final years more than most realize. In this video, we're exploring those hidden fears. The ones people rarely speak aloud. But they're there, beneath the surface, real, human, and incredibly important to understand. But before we dive in, if you appreciate thoughtful content that digs into the emotional side of life, aging, and human connection, consider subscribing. It means a lot, and it helps us keep creating videos like this for you. One of the deepest fears that emerges in later years is the fear of losing independence. After a lifetime of doing things your way, on your terms, it's hard to face the possibility of relying on others. It might start small, needing help with groceries or a ride to the doctor. But slowly, it can turn into needing help with dressing, bathing, or eating. It's not just about inconvenience, it's about identity. When you can't control your own life, it can feel like you're slowly disappearing. Another powerful fear is the feeling of becoming irrelevant. As the world speeds up, older adults can feel left behind, out of touch with technology. Forgotten in conversations, overlooked in society. It's a quiet ache. The sense that your voice doesn't matter anymore. That your experiences, your wisdom, your perspective aren't being heard. But deep down, everyone wants to know that they still matter. And then there's loneliness. After 80, many people outlive their closest friends and even their partners. Children grow up and move away. Days can pass with no phone calls, no visitors. The home that once was full becomes painfully quiet. Loneliness in old age isn't just emotional, it's physical. It affects health, mental clarity, and even the will to keep going. Another fear that haunts many is the fear of mental decline. We all forget things sometimes. But when memory loss becomes persistent, it starts to feel like you're losing yourself. The fear of dementia or Alzheimer's isn't just about forgetfulness, it's about losing the ability to recognize your own family, to tell your story, to even know who you are. It's a slow erosion of identity, and it terrifies people more than death itself. As the years pass, reflection becomes more intense, and with it comes a different fear, the fear of regret. There's a quiet kind of sorrow that comes from thinking about the life you didn't live, the dreams you put off, the people you didn't forgive, the words you didn't say. Regret isn't about dying, it's about realizing how much more living there could have been. For many older adults, another fear is leaving loved ones behind. It's not just about their own ending, it's the worry of what happens after. Will my spouse be okay without me? Will my children struggle with grief? Will my absence leave a hole they can't fill? This fear doesn't come from ego, it comes from love. And it's one of the most tender truths of aging. And finally, there's the fear of prolonged suffering. Many older people don't fear death itself, they fear how they might die. Will it be painful? Will I lose my dignity? Will I spend my final months in a hospital bed, unable to speak, unable to move? They're not asking for more time, they're asking for peace, comfort, and respect in their final days. These fears, though often hidden, are deeply human. And while we may not be able to erase them, we can ease them. We can visit more, listen longer, laugh louder, remind those we love that they still matter, that their stories matter, that they matter. And if you're someone who's carrying these fears, know this: you're not alone. Millions feel what you feel. And your life, every piece of it, is still valuable. You still have something to give, and people who need you, even if it doesn't always feel that way. If this video spoke to you or made you think of someone you care about, please consider subscribing. We create content that honors the emotional side of life, especially the moments we don't always talk about. Thanks for being here. And remember, every chapter of life has meaning, even the quiet ones.